Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and the layout update for January 2021. I started the month off by finally ballasting the track in the corner through the curved turnout. I still need to do some weathering with pastels, add weeds, grasses, and some other details like used ties and junk, but that will come a little later. Like I mentioned in the last update, I shifted my attention and worked on the harbor. The first thing I tackled was to glue in a few extra pieces of foam to map out where some rocks and various terrain will go. I'm going to try and hand carve these rather than use molds. The next two things I worked on was starting seawalls. If you've been following along for any length of time, you'll know that I had a temporary rock wall casting in this location. I shifted away from that and went with a concrete seawall in front of the seafood company instead. Using a method learned from Doug Fiscali, I made a mold with some strip wood and foam core, added in some ballast and medium textured dirt to create the chipped portions of the wall. Once the hydrocal cured, I took my fingers and an X-Acto blade and removed some of the dirt and ballast material, leaving behind divots and chips in the wall. Next, I stained the wall using Hunterline driftwood and used a few washes of concrete by Woodland Scenics and some other cheap gray acrylics to get the overall look I was after. I used some AK Interactive weathering pencils, washes, and other products to give depth and additional detailing. I finished it off with staining some strip wood, giving it a dry brush with some off-white, and adding in a high tide line. I also worked on the wall where the bar mills kit will sit. For this section, I ended up using the same rock wall as the one in the corner module. I kept it simple and gave it an alcohol India ink wash and dry brushed some white for highlights. I came back in with a few of the AK weathering pencils to highlight a few of the stones, and then proceeded to match the high tide line. The last thing this month was painting and weathering the two 3D printed storage tanks that are part of the seafood company. Fish oil will be one of the exports for the seafood company, so having some storage tanks seemed to make sense. I still need to add some piping and a concrete base for the tanks to sit on, which should tie it all together. Not a ton this month, but something is better than nothing. I hope to have both the rocks and the next portion of the seawalls installed by the next update. Thank you for giving the update a watch. Everyone stay healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time.